Okay. So, good evening, everybody.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Good evening. So, let us discuss Unit 5 Concept and Nature of Knowledge. In previous class, we have already completed the other units, and today we will start our discussion with the Unit 5, that is Concept and Nature of Knowledge. Okay? So, okay. ଶୁଣ କେହି ତୁମେ ସେ ମେସେଜ ଫେସେଜ ଦିଅନି ତମ ନା ଏନରୋଲମେଣ୍ଟ ନମ୍ବର ଏଠି ସବୁ କିଛି ଦିଅନି ସେ ଏଠି ଯୋଉ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ ଉପରେ କଭର କରୁଛି ମୁଁ ଦେଖିପାରୁନି ସ୍ଲାଇଡ ଟାକୁ ଲାଷ୍ଟରେ ଦବ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ ଶୋ ପରେ ଦବ ଏବେ କେହି ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ କରନି ହେଲା ଓକେ what is the concept of knowledge? When the question come to our mind, what is knowledge? We must think something, and in different way we have to answer what is the concept of knowledge. Under this concept, we may discuss that theory of knowledge has been constructed as a branch of philosophy known as epistemology, branch of philosophy which is known as epistemology. The word epistemology comes from the Greek words epistem, which mean knowledge, and logos meaning discourse or science. So in toto, when discuss the word epistemology, it is an area of philosophy which is concerned with the nature and justification of human knowledge. So knowledge means only experience. What we experience from our observation, from discussion, from listening, from visualizing, in different walk of our life, we are gathering number of experiences, different experiences. That experience, that exposure is the knowledge of the individual. Under this, if we take an example of two friends, one is after HSC or matriculation, now maintain his livelihood with the cultivation. Another friend who continued his study and become an engineer. What is the basic difference between the engineer and the farmer? Who can say? What is the basic difference between the engineer and farmer? Till 10th class, both friends born and brought up in a village, continued their education in the same school, but after matriculation, one friend stopped his study and became a farmer. Other friend continued and become an engineer. What is the basic difference between two friends? Who can say? Yes? Hello?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
ସାର୍ ଆଉ ଥରେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ କହିବେ କି?
ଦୁଇ ଜଣ ବନ୍ଧୁ ମାଟ୍ରିକ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଗାଁ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ପାଠ ପଢିଲେ, ଗାଁରେ ଜନ୍ମ, ଗାଁରେ ବଢିଲେ, ଏକାଠି ଖାଇଲେ, ପିଇଲେ, ଖେଳିଲେ, ସବୁ କଲେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ମାଟ୍ରିକ ପରେ ଗୋଟିଏ ବନ୍ଧୁ ଆଉ ପାଠ ପଢାରେ ଡୋରି ବାନ୍ଧି ସେ ଫାର୍ମରଟିଏ ହେଲା, ଅନ୍ୟ ବନ୍ଧୁଟି ପାଠ ପଢା କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ କଲା ଏବଂ ଇଞ୍ଜିନିୟରଟିଏ ହେଲା। ଦି ଜଣ ଭିତରେ ଫରକଟା କ'ଣ ରହିଲା?
ସାର୍ ଫରକ ଏଇଟା ହେଲା କି ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ଅଧିକ ହାୟର ଷ୍ଟଡି କଲା ତ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ମାନେ ହୁଏତ ତା ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ପ୍ରେସର ହେଇଥାଉ ନହେଲେ ତାର ମାନେ ପଇସା ପତ୍ର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଇଥାଉ ଯୋଉଥିପାଇଁ ସେ ଅଧାରୁ ହିଁ ତା ପାଠଟାକୁ ବନ୍ଦ କଲା ମାନେ ସେ ଚାହିଁଲେ ବି ସେ ଅଧିକ ପଢି ପାରିଲାନି।
Okay. Any other?
Sir,
Yes.
knowledge ro difference.
Knowledge means what? experience.
ସାର୍
experience.
ସାର୍ ସେ ଯେତିକି ତାର ସେ ଯୋଉ ଷ୍ଟଡି ଟାଇମରେ ଯେତିକି ନଲେଜ ସେ ମାନେ ଶିଖିଥିଲା ସେଇଟାକୁ ସେ ସେଇ ଭିତରେ ହିଁ ସୀମିତ ରଖିଲା।
Okay. So the engineer friend gathers more experience. He has seen the world, know the science and discoveries, mixed with different culture, gather number of experience than the friend who belongs to the village and lived in the village becoming a farmer. So today we are saying he is more knowledgeous because of his more experience. I have heard a story from the English book. One day, a daily wager of a village, he wanted to go to the urban area, means city, in search of the work, and went to the city. There he saw a mirror. Before that time, the daily wager, the man could not see the mirror. When he saw the mirror, became astonished. Oh, your picture can be reflected with the mirror. Therefore, he possessed one and kept in secret. That is known as Gontil, and returned to the home, thinking to give the surprise to his wife. When the man returned to the village, kept the luggage, that is in Odia that is known as Gontil, and went to take a bath to the village pond. During that time, wife thought what he had kept in secret in this luggage. Therefore, with curiosity, the wife searched the luggage and found the mirror. When the wife found the mirror and saw another reflection, and thought the man had brought another woman instead of her with that luggage. So got angry. When husband returned from the pond and started quarrel with kick and pushi. And the matter came to the village judge. Village judge could not see the mirror before that time. When village judge saw and got more angry that you, how dare you are? You have bring another judge instead to replace me. So punished him and the matter go to the judge court, district judge court. When the matter went there, the judge saw heard the matter and observed everything and laughed and punished both wife and the village judge. So this is only due to what? এই ଯୋଉ ଗପର କଥାଟି ଶୁଣିଲ, ଯୋଉ ଅବସ୍ଥାଟି ହେଲା, ଅସୁବିଧାରେ ପଡିଲା ସେ ପୁରୁଷ ଲୋକଟି, only due to the lack of what?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Experience. They have no before experience that there is a mirror which can reflect our image. Therefore, they thought negatively. Okay. So, experience is very important. ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଛି ଆମ ଗାଁରେ ଗୋଟେ ଦିଟା ସେ ଦି ତିନି ଭାଇ ଥାନ୍ତି, ଚାରି ଭାଇରୁ ତିନି ଭାଇ ନାଚରେ ଭଲ ରୋଲ କରନ୍ତି, ଡେଙ୍ଗା ଡେଙ୍ଗା ହେଇକିରି। ସେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଇଂଲିଶ କହିବେ। The person having master degree in English cannot pronounce the words like that. ଏତେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଇଂଲିଶ କହିବେ, ହିନ୍ଦୀ କହିବେ, you cannot imagine. They are the daily wagers. They went to out of our state in search of work, जोटा आमे कहूचे दादन खटिबाकू जाआंती. So they got the exposure from the different places, learned Hindi, English, therefore they can use in their day-to-day life. So only classroom teaching is not enough for gathering experience. Therefore, every day, everyone learns something, gets something. So therefore, theory of knowledge has been constructed as a branch of philosophy which is known as epistemology, and the word epistemology comes from the Greek word epistem, and it means knowledge, and logos means science. Knowledge is nothing, it is the experience, and it is the common experience of our life. That is knowledge. Epistemologists themselves ask questions. What is knowledge? Is knowledge one or many? What is the structure of knowledge? And what are its logical categories, and so on. If you think about Socrates, who was Socrates? Socrates was a great philosopher. Why Socrates was a great philosopher? Who can say? Why Socrates was a great philosopher? Anybody? Yes? Why Socrates was a great philosopher? Anek philosopher achanti, but Socrates was a great philosopher. Why? कहूना जहाँ तुम मन को आसुची कह नथिंग
सर फिलोसफी विषय रे सॉक्रेटिस अधिक तथ्य प्रदान करथिले सेथि पे तांग फिलोसफर ग्रेट फिलोसफर कहला जेति कि तांकर एक्सपीरियंस हमसे
अच्छा कह जने जदी इतिहास बही गोटे दिया लिखि देला से इतिहास कहि जिवो कि
नहीं
if
सर
one will write history book one or two
No,
can
sir.
become an historian
नो सर
ସାର୍ ତାଙ୍କର ମତବାଦ ଗୁଡିକ ବହୁତ ଜଣ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଥିଲେ ଗ୍ରହଣୀୟ ଥିଲା ସକ୍ରେଟିସଙ୍କର ମତବାଦ ସେ ଯାହା ଯାହା ଦେଇଥିଲେ ସେଟା କି ଅଧିକ ଗ୍ରହଣୀୟ ଥିଲା
who sacrificed his life with pleasure for truth तांकर सीए कहूथिले सत्य पाई से निजर जीवन को विसर्ग करदेले he sacrificed his life without any hesitation with pleasure because to prove he is right. Always he taught others, said others what? Truth. Believed on truth. जे फिलोसोफर तार भय न थाए सत्य कहया पई बा जे कोनोसी तथ्य को उपस्थापन करिवा पई तार भय न थाए बट दोज हैव फियर ऑफ पनिशमेंट and they suppress the truth in fear of punishment. They cannot be treated as philosopher. So Socrates was the great teacher. He has the greatest disciples like Plato, Aristotle. So number of stories, true facts are there. If you want, you may read. But one thing is true, always we believe on knowledge, means experience. What knowledge we gather, that must have to be used in different ways for the betterment of the society. आमे जो ज्ञानटे पाउचे जहा ग्रहण करूचे आम समाज रे मंगल पे आमे ताको व्यवहार करिबा ना नहीं समाज निजर स्वार्थ पे केवल व्यवहार करिबा
नो सर
नो सर
नो
नो सर
okay so John Husper stated two requirements. One is objective requirement, another is subjective requirement. Objective requirement what? Now P must be true, one must believe P. John Hopper says about two requirements. One is objective requirement, that is P must be true. P must be true means P is a person. P must be true. Subjective requirement says one must believe P. मानेकर मु तुमको गोटे कथा कहूची मु तुमको सत कहूची मु सत कहूची बोली तुमे मते विश्वास करबा दरकार जेतेबेला क्लासरूम रे टीचर टे पढाउछंती टीचर जहा तथ्य उपस्थापन करूछंती पिला माने ताको शिक्षक ठीक कहउछंती बोली भाबुछंती नचेत लर्निंग हबनी एक्सेप्टेंस आसीबनी सो under this context John Hopper's in his analysis of requirement of knowing differentiates the term know from other verbs like believe, wonder, hope and so on. Know is a separate verb. Believe is another verb, wonder is another verb, hope is also another verb. Number of verbs are there. But here John Hopper analyzed the requirement. The word, the verb, the term know is different from other verbs like believe, wonder, hope. Yes or no? No अर्थ जहा believe, wonder, hope अर्थ से आकी. Yes?
No sir, अलगा
No,
अलगा
sir.
है।
Sir, अलग अलग
No sir, अलगा अलग है।
He has given an example. One can wonder whether P is true. One can wonder, say what would have explained question. One can wonder whether P is true. Yet P may be false. One can believe that P is true, though P is false and so on. अर्थात जड़े खोजुरी P सत कि P सत सर P मिछुआ बोली प्रमाणित हैला पर्यंत से खोजुथिबो आउ जड़े किंतु P की विश्वास करूची जे P is right, P is true. जदियो P बुछ P मिछ कहूची बा P सत्य नुहे तथापि से विश्वास करूची P is right, P is true. Similarly, Hopper states that believing, wishing, wondering and hoping are all psychological states. These are all psychological states. Psychological states means what? Hello? Psychological states means? Anybody?
This is a
Psychological.
belief.
Yes.
As we have complete faith on anybody, we believe them blindly.
Yes, yes. So, এই কথা গুড়িক আলোচনা করিবার মুখ্য লক্ষ্য কোন? এই স্টেটমেন্ট গুড়িক এক্সাম্পল গুড়িক আলোচনা করিবার মুখ্য লক্ষ্য কোন? আমার গোটে প্রবাদ ଅଛି विश्वास मिले हरि तर्के बहुदूर. Yes or no? विश्वास मिले हरि तर्के बहुदूर.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
If you believe God, you can get everything. If you argue, so you cannot go to there. We are worship a stone, piece of stone. Now, crores of rupees spent for construction of Ram Mandir. And Rama is made of a piece of stone. Now, कोथरे तैयारी छंती. आमे जो विश्वास करूचे
Sir.
राम को गोटे पत्थर शिलाखंड रे से ठाकुर तैयारी हेले. We are worshipping that piece of stone. As we believe this, it is the Rama, our God. That is important. That is experience. That is knowledge. That is our feeling. Similarly, whenever we gather experience, we have to analyze what experience we gathered. And that is compare with the other situations. And finally, we have to accept it after analyzing whether it is true or right. One of my teacher always told that as a listener, as a conscious citizen, as a reader, we should keep open our mind, our ear, nose, everything. We receive everything. We analyze within us which is accepted, that should be retained, other should be deleted. तार्थ आमे जने लर्नर हिसाब रे जदि आमे आखि काना नाक किछि खोला न रखी ग्रहण करिवानी ताहले we cannot learn, so we cannot gather our experience, and that experience is our knowledge. Knowledge is nothing, our experience is our knowledge. This is the concept of this theory. So knowledge is divided into three, that is a priori knowledge, a posteriori knowledge. What is priori knowledge? A priori knowledge is knowledge whose truth or falsity can be decided before. Whose knowledge or whose truth can be decided before. Logical and mathematical truth are the priori knowledge. 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. Now it is. If we add 2 plus 7, can we get 8? Huh?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
2 plus 5 is equal to 7. Everybody knows. So it's prior knowledge.
No.
What is posterior knowledge? It is the knowledge based upon observation and experience. Based upon observation and experience. When we observe something and we gather our experience, then we come to the conclusion. We receive what is the real fact. आमे दले पिलांग को काम दे दबा. आमे observe करिबा. Be attentive. Be sincere. Lastly, after observation, I can conclude that the Rama or Madhava is very sincere in his work. Before observation, I cannot say. So this knowledge is known as posterior knowledge. Pilamane kheluchanti. They are participating in different games, or so suppose they are playing cricket. After observation, we can know who is the good batsman of our school or our college, who is the good bowler. Then we can conclude that X is the good batsman. That is posterior knowledge. Bujhela what is prior knowledge, what is posterior knowledge? Na bujhela.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
आमे क्लास रे पिलांको पढौचे कोन पढौचे पदार्थ रे जो विभिन्न प्रकार पदार्थ पढौचे बाष्पीय कठिन आ कोन तरल पिला केते हम एक्सपेरिमेंट करू पदार्थ रे अवस्था ये साइंस को स्टूडेंट कहबो केमिति पिलार कांसेप्ट सेठी दबा ता एक्सपीरियंस केम से गैदर करिवो यस
The prior knowledge जोटा कि सेटा नेचुरल हैबिटेट रे देखिथिबो सेटा ता प्रायर knowledge ताको नॉर्मली पचारिबा कोटा कठिन तमे देखुछ तरल देखुछ माने नॉर्मली से जा डेली लाइफ रे ता परिवेश रा देखिछि सेटा ता प्रायर knowledge जेतला कंटेंट ता पढी सारिबा तापर से तो जानिबो कैटेगरी करि पारिबो इजीली आ से अंडरस्टैंड करि पारिबो हेटा हला ता पोस्टेरियर knowledge सेमिति कहया बोले प्रायर knowledge ता कहया तमे 10टा लिस्ट करो तमे 10टा आइटम रो लिस्ट कर जहा तमे देखुछ से 10टा कर देला तार दाम कंसेप्ट पढाई देला पढे साला परे से जेटा कैटेगरी कर देन ता बोला पोस्टेरियर knowledge सेवा
okay the knowledge the child has before our discussion, that is priori knowledge. When I will put a piece of ice, that is in which condition? Hello, which condition? I will take a piece of ice.
Hard.
Solid. Then I will put it in a warm dish for some time. Then it will become what?
liquid.
Liquid.
Yes.
And it will put on the stove.
Then after some time it will become changes to steam.
Very good. So
Steam,
when
that is
I do
called-
this experiment,
That is called gas phase.
yes, very good. Before my transaction, my experiment, the knowledge the child gathered, that is prior knowledge, but after my experiment, the knowledge the child gathered, that is posterior knowledge. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then experienced knowledge. Another is experienced knowledge. Okay. Experienced knowledge is always tentative and cannot exist prior to experience or be concluded from observation. It must be experienced to have value. ଆମେ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ସତ କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଶିଖଉଛେ। ପିଲା ସତ କହୁଛନ୍ତି? ଜୟ ଶ୍ରୀଲଙ୍କା ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ୟୋର ମାଇକ୍।
ସତ ଛୁଆ କହିବେ।
ଜୟ ଶ୍ରୀଲଙ୍କା ହଁ ଆମେ କହିଲେ ପିଲା ସତ କହିବେ? କଣ କଲେ ପିଲା ସତ କହିବେ?
ଆମେ
Yes.
ଯେତେବେଳେ କହିବା
ଆମେ ନିଜେ କହିଲେ
realize କରିବେ ଯେ ଆମେ ସତ କହୁଛେ, then only they can say.
ଆଚ୍ଛା। So
ସାର୍
we
କିଛି
should be
ଷ୍ଟୋରି
modern.
ଥ୍ରୁରେ ଆମେ ଯଦି
And
କହିବା
the
ସେ
student,
କହିବେ। ଯେମିତି ମହାତ୍ମା ଗାନ୍ଧୀଙ୍କର କଥା ଆମେ କୁହନ୍ତି ଛୁଆଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ, ତା ଥ୍ରୁ ଅନୁପ୍ରାଣିତ ହେଇକି ସେମାନେ ବି ସତ କହିବା ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରନ୍ତି।
yes, but more important is if we create such situation that they can observe and realize themselves, my father is telling truth, my teacher is telling truth, my friends are telling truth, then automatically the child will avoid to tell lie. Therefore, we can say value can be inculcated, value cannot be taught. ଆମେ ପଢେଇଲେ ଗପ କହିଲେ ଉଦାହରଣ ଦେଲେ value inculcate ହବ ନାହିଁ। Suppose cleanness, keeping the environment neat and clean. In a school or college, when I was a faculty in DIT, with my principal, in everyday morning we clean the campus. So automatically the students from the hostel, they went and joined with us. But we started first. Automatically they come and join with us. ଆମେ ଖାଲି କହିଲେ ପିଲା କରିବନି। So that should be inculcated. That is experience. That is experience. Through experience, one can realize, internalize, then make it his or hobby or practice. Basic to the three types, which are the propositional knowledge, and this has important implications to curriculum planning. When we are, ଆମେ କାଇଁ ଏ କଥାଟି ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଛେ? When we plan to develop the curriculum for our learners, these three types of knowledge should be taken into consideration. What is the prior knowledge of the child? After discussion, after engagement, after observation, what the child learns, and when the knowledge he gathers from the classroom transaction and use in his day-to-day life, that is from his experience, our curriculum should be prepared accordingly, so that the child can get the opportunity, chance to use his prior knowledge, previous knowledge in the classroom context, and what the knowledge he gathers in the classroom context, that will be used in his day-to-day life. This is very important. ଆମେ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ 3 ରେ ପଢୁଥିଲି, ସାହିତ୍ୟରେ ଗୋଟେ ଥିଲା ବିଷୟ, ଏ ଗୋଟେ ଟର୍ମ ୟୁଜ ହଉଥିଲା, ରଷିଆରେ ଯୋଉ ଲୋକଟି ରେଡିଓ କିଣିକି ଶୁଣୁଥିଲା ତାକୁ ସେମାନେ କାଳିଆ ଚୋର ବୋଲି ଡାକୁଥିଲେ। এই বাক্যটি শুনিলা পরে আমি কোন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স গ্যাদার করুছে? সো তার অর্থ তার প্রত্যেক সিটিজেন, এভরি সিটিজেন অফ রাশিয়া has knowledge how to make a radio, then they listen. ନିଜେ ରେଡିଓ ତିଆରି କରିକି ହାତରେ ସେ ଶୁଣିବ, କିଣିକି ଶୁଣିଲେ ତାକୁ କାଳିଆ ଚୋର କହୁଥିଲେ। So technologically they are very sound. Number of countries are there, European countries, Japan, Korea, all the citizens are there trained up. They are not dependent with others. কিন্তু in our country, one man earns, 8 or 10 people depend upon him or her. So our curriculum should be designed in such a way, therefore, everyone can become self-dependent. 6 theories of knowledge and truth are there. One is the revelation theory, the coherence theory, the presentative theory, the representative theory, the pragmatic theory, and the intuition theory. There are 6 types of theory of knowledge. Then sources of knowledge. What are the sources of knowledge? One is knowledge through sense experience. Knowledge through sense experience. How many sense organs are there? Yes? How many sense organs
Five, sir.
are there? What are they?
Five, sir.
What are they? What are they?
Eye, skin,
Eye,
eye, ear, skin, nose, and tongue.
Tongue.
Tongue. Very good. Okay. So, knowledge through sense experience. ପିଲାଟେ ଖେଳୁଛି, ନିଆଁଟା ଦେଖିଲେ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ଖାଲି ଆଡ଼େ ଭିଡ଼ି ଆଣୁଛେ, ହଁ ନା ନାଇଁ? ଯେତେବେଳେ ପିଲାଟେ ଖେଳୁଛି ଗୁରୁଣ୍ଡୁଛି, ନିଆଁ ଦେଖିଲା ସେଠି ଅଛି କାଳେ ପଡ଼ିଯିବ, ଆମେ ଭିଡ଼ି ଆଣୁଛେ, କି ସେଠି ଲଣ୍ଠନ କି ଲ୍ୟାମ୍ପ ଜଳୁଛି ଆମେ ତାକୁ ଭିଡ଼ି ଆଣୁଛେ, ଆମେ ଯେତେ ଭିଡ଼ି ଆଣୁଛେ ସେ ପୁଣି ଗୁରୁଣ୍ଡି ଗୁଣ୍ଡି ସିଆଡ଼େ ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛି, ହଁ ନା ନାଇଁ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir.
Yes or no?
yes sir,
Yes sir.
yes sir,
ତାହେଲେ ଆମର ସେଠି ରୋଲ କ'ଣ? What is our important role? ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୁରୁଣ୍ଡିକି ଯାଉଛି ତାକୁ ଭିଡ଼ି ଆଣିବା ନା ଛାଡ଼ିଦେବା ସେ ଟଚ୍ କରିକି ଆସୁ?
ଛାଡ଼ିଦବା ସେ ଟଚ୍ କରିକି ଆସିବ।
ଛାଡ଼ିଦବା।
ଆମେ ଛାଡ଼ିଦେବା ସେ ପାଖାପାଖି ରହିବା, ବଡ଼ ବିପଦ ନ ଘଟିଲା ଭଳିଆ, ସେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଟଚ୍ କଲା ବେଳକୁ ତାତିଯିବ କ୍ୟାଙ୍କି ନେଇକି ପଳେଇ ଆସିବ। ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ହିଜ୍ ଓନ୍ ସେନ୍ସ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ, ଆଉ ଯିବନି ସେଠି ଜମା। ଆମେ ଯେତେ ଭିଡ଼ି ଆଣୁଥିବା ସେ ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଥିବ, ଆମେ ସେଇଠି ରହିବା, ୱି ୱିଲ୍ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ ହି ଦେୟାର। ଅଧିକ ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେବାନି, ସେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇଟ୍ ଟଚ୍ କରୁ। After sense experience, we will learn, gather knowledge. So this is danger. So never the child go there and touch it. Similarly, sense organs are the very important organs of the human being. So the experience we gather through sense organs. Suppose a blind, you see a blind have very strong sense experience. ସେମାନେ ସ୍ମେଲ ରୁ ଜାଣିଦେବେ, ତାଙ୍କର ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ରୁ ଜାଣି ପକେଇବେ। କାହିଁକି ନା ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ସେନ୍ସ ଅର୍ଗାନ ଯେହେତୁ ଲଜ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ଅନ୍ୟ ସେନ୍ସ ଅର୍ଗାନ ପାୱାରଫୁଲ ହେଇଯାନ୍ତି। So sense experience gives the real knowledge. Another is knowledge through region. Knowledge through region. What does it mean? Suppose the road is muddy. Think about the experience of Madhu Babu. तुम परी छोट पिलाटी, have you got it? तुम परी
Yes,
छोट
sir.
पिलाटी।
Yes sir. Yes sir.
yes sir,
Yes sir.
So a very interesting poem, a moral poem. ସିଏ ଯାଉଥିଲେ ସ୍କୁଲକୁ, ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଡ଼ଟା ଖସିଗଲା, ବର୍ଷା ଦିନ ଯାହା ରାସ୍ତାଘାଟ ହେଇଥିବ ସେତେବେଳେ ଅବସ୍ଥା ଯାହା। But in the holiday with his friends repair the road. So that is the real experience in life. that gathers knowledge. Another is revelation. It was revealed to me in a dream. It was revealed to me in a dream. That is revelation. That what does it mean? Car idea achi kahibo ki? Huh? ଆମେ ପୁରାଣରେ
No, sir.
ଶୁଣିଥିଲେ ପୁଷ୍ପକ ବିମାନରେ ରାବଣ ଯିବା ଆସିବା କରୁଥିଲା। ରାବଣ କୋଉଥିରେ ଯିବା ଆସିବା କରୁଥିଲା?
पुष्पक विमान
କାରଣ ଆକାଶରେ ଉଡ଼ିକି ଯାଉଥିଲା। We, the people, we the human being thought it is a dream. এটা স্বপ্ন বলি ভাবুଥିଲେ, but it is proved. Now we are flying. We are flying in air. Another is faith, not a valid source of knowledge. Faith, not a valid source of knowledge. ଆମେ ଈଶ୍ୱରଙ୍କୁ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରୁଛେ। ଦେଖିବ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ସମୟ ଆସିଲେ ପାଠ ବହୁତ ପିଲା ପଢନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ, ପୁରା ଏଡେ ଏଡେ ମାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଯାଇ ଗୁହାରିଆ ପଡିବେ କି ବାବାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଗୁହାରିଆ ପଡିବେ, ପ୍ରଭୁ ମତେ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ପାସ୍ କରିଦିଅ, ଏବେ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ବିଇଡି ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ପାସ୍ କରିଦିଅ, ନହେଲେ କମ୍ପିଟିଟିଭ ଦଉଛି ପାସ୍ କରିଦିଅ, ଚାକିରି ଖଣ୍ଡେ ଦେଇଦିଅ। There is no valid source of knowledge. ସେଥିରେ କି ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ଠାକୁର ତମକୁ ପାସ୍ କରିଦେବେ ତମେ ଜାଣିନ। But you have a faith. If I will pray, being a devotee before the god or goddess, they will bless me to complete the course, to get a job. This is faith. Intuition, sometimes conflict. Two people can intuit about tomorrow whether in different ways. Sometimes conflict is there. Suppose to ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ mute କରି ରୁହ, ଜ୍ୟୋତିଶ୍ରୀ କିଏ ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କର, ଯେତେବେଳେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟେ ଅଛି ପଚାରିବ କହିବ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରିଦେବ। So authority, it is not a primary source of knowledge, it is own reasoning or sense of experience, it is the last. ଯେତେବେଳେ ତୁମେ ସେନ୍ସ କୁ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛ, ସେନ୍ସ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ, knowledge through reason, revelation, faith, intuition, ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର source of knowledge ku use kala pore last you come to the conclusion that is the authority. Dekhibo, he may be scientist or he may be social worker, he may be a lawyer, he may be any professional. When he gathers more knowledge and experience and have courage, have own strength, then they can argue with others. No, this is right. So the real reasons, because they have experienced it. This is that they can prove everything very smoothly. That is due to authority. That is due to experience, strong feelings. The nature of knowledge. That we have till now discussed about the concept of knowledge. Now come to what is the nature of knowledge. Knowledge is classified like what? No two things are exactly alike in the universe in all aspects. Classification depends on one's interest and need to recognize both the similarities and differences among things. Animals are classified in one way by the zoologist or by the fur industry or by the leather industry. Similarly, we also classify different things, situations in different ways. We know individual difference is there. No two individuals are same, even if the twin brother and sisters are not same. କିଛି ନା କିଛି ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଥିବ। Then generalization, it is a statement expressing relationship between or among concept. A generalization may be a rule, law, principle, probability statement or sentence defining critical attributes. For example, thrones are the official chairs of rulers, elephants, whales and mice are all mammals. एगुड़ा सुख आम जनरलाइजेशन कही था. Classification, generalization, these are the very important nature of knowledge. अच्छा एटा बुझी होउनी कि क्लासिफिकेशन जनरलाइजेशन किछि डाउट रहउछि कि?
आज्ञा सर टिके आउ थरे
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir।
ଟିକେ
ହଁ,
ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଟିକେ
How? When we think about the nature of knowledge, one is classification. आमे जितेबेला हम डे टू डे लाइफ रे भी काम करूचे आमे क्लासिफाई करूचे ना नहीं. सपोज कलर को नहीं कि क्लासिफाई करूचे. This is red color, this is yellow color, this is blue color. आम स्टूडेंट भितर में आमे क्लासिफाई करूचे. These students are A category students, these students are B category students, these students are C, D, E. Yes or no?
yes sir
Similarly, everything is classified because in this universe nothing is similar. Even if twin brothers sisters are not same. जेहेतु जाना भाई भौणी समान नुहंती आमे एनिमल हो ह्यूमन बीइंग हो स्टूडेंट्स हो परफॉर्मेंस को नहीं हो हाइट को नहीं हो किए गेड़ा किए डेंगा हला कि पतला कि मोटा. So classification is the nature of knowledge. बुझियला एटा क्लियर? Any doubt?
sir
Yes, yes.
yes sir
Yes sir।
yes sir बुझियला.
Then come to generalization. Generalization means मानकर केवल आमे जदि कहबा human being, animals, elephant, animal puni different types, wild animals. Another group of animals are not wild animals. जो माने wild, हिंस्र. The animals, those are vegetarian, those are non-vegetarian, those are both. गोटे डॉग कथा कहया डॉग कोन उभय वेजिटेरियन नॉन वेजिटेरियन ता भात डाली देले खाइबो माछ मांस देले भी खाइबो. बाघ ओनली वेजिटेरियन नॉन वेजिटेरियन. यदि मृग कथा कहबा गाई गोरु कथा कहबा से माने कोन छेली गाई मेंढा vegetarian only eat grass and leaf. So in this way we can generalize them. Wild animals, domestic animals, reptiles. बुझियला? These are the generalization. Due to rule, law and principle, we generalize the category as per their characteristics. एबे जानी हला? ना जानी हला नी? What is generalization?
Yes sir.
sir
Okay.
Then laws. Laws means, for example, Newton's law of motion, Thorndike's laws of learning. Different laws are there. We know it, Thorndike's laws of learning, law of readiness, law of exercise, law of effect. These are the laws of learning. Similarly, laws of Newton's law. Then theory. Number of theories are there. Classical conditioning theory, operant conditioning theory, insightful learning theory. Okay. Then explanation. Everything is explained with examples before others for understanding. So that is explanation. This is all about unit 5. Then
Sir, I have a question.
unit 6. हाँ कुह यदि कौन अच्छी
Sir,
कुह
laws और theory भितरे difference कौन?
कहूँ 1 minute. Think about the laws of learning. What is the name of the theory? What is the name of the theory? Trial and error theory. Trial and error theory.
Trial and error theory. Yes, sir.
Okay. First, experiment concluded with the general knowledge, that is generalization. and that generalization is known as theory. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
With that theory, we come to the conclusion for the implementation in different situation, classroom context. That is laws of learning, laws of readiness. From that theory you learn. Theory रे hungry cat बना जाइथिला अर्थ रेडी करा होतला ताकू हंगर न रहिले तार चेष्टा आसीबनी बुझिउचे नै सो
Yes, sir.
warm up activity is there, readiness is there. तमे लेसन प्लान रे कले भी फर्स्ट पॉइंट रखुछ readiness introduction जोटा law of readiness, then law of exercise, law of effect. So all the laws come from theory. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now come to unit 6. That is
सर
ancient Indian.
जनरलाइजेशन तो आउट रे कहले ना
Hello?
एक्सपीरियंस सर जनरलाइजेशन जो कहले तो आउट रे टिके कोई एग्जांपल दे कहले बुझी हला बट आउट के एक्सप्लेनेशन
हाँ आमे सिंपल जिनसटे जेते बेला हम गोटे तमे मन कर गोटे एक्शन रिसर्च करूछ तुमे क्लास रे पाठ पढौछ
ठीक है
इंग्लिश पढौछ तमे देखिलो चारटा पांचटा पिला से माने जेते तमे जो मेथड जहा टेक्निक अप्लाई कले से पांचटा पिलांकर इंप्रूव होउनी तांकर वोकाबुलरी डेवलप करूनी therefore you have to conduct an action research to solve that problem. Yes or no? सेही समस्या
Yes,
टिकु
sir.
तमे समाधान करिया पे एक्शन रिसर्च कंडक्ट कलो. What shall you do? First you have to find out what is the reason behind it for which the learners do not improve after several times of your trial. आग से रीजन गुड़ाक जानिबो जदि से लेटर जानि नथिबे इंग्लिश लेटर जानि नाहंती वर्ड रिकग्निशन जानि नाहंती ताले से वोकाबुलरी वर्ड बुझि मन रखी कि तार मीनिंग जानि कि केम सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन करिवे केमति यूज करिवे इट इज पॉसिबल नुहे therefore they are very poor in stock of vocabulary. So you have to find out the reason. After getting the reason you should prepare the strategical planning. What other innovative strategy you have to adopt for their transaction. Then you have to transact 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, as it is possible. After that, you will conduct the post test. Then you can compare their result performance with the pre-test and post-test. When you proved it, which techniques and innovative ideas improved their performance, that will be generalized. जेतेल तुम जानलो अरे तांको ए गुडा मु करूथिली एडा तांको इंप्रूव हो नथिला ए गुडा का टेक्निक गुडा का अप्लाई कला परे से माने इंप्रूव कले तुम ऑब्जर्वेशन कलो डेली ऑब्जर्वेशन कलो तांकर इंप्रूवमेंट ता नोटिस कलो से केते पार्टिसिपेट करछन जानिलो मु ए एग्जांपल देली ए कली जे तमे ता परे जानि जीवो जे दिस इज द जनरलाइजेशन you come to the conclusion that if we do all these things then they will improve in their vocabulary. सेही कथा टिकी अन्य क्लास रे हम व्यवहार करि परिबा अन्य सब्जेक्ट रे मध्ये सेही टेक्निक व्यवहार करि परिबा सेते बेले जाई कि एटा जनरलाइजेशन हो जेमिति हम बुझियला जेमिति हम कहबा क्लासिकल हां राकेश को
हाँ सर बुझियला क्लियर
हाँ now come to discussion with unit 6. So unit 6 is ancient Indian concept and nature of knowledge. Ancient Indian concept and nature of knowledge. Indian philosophy divides into 3 periods: Vedic period, Upanishadic period, post-Vedic period. Vedic period, the ancient period. जो इन पुराण दैट वाज युग कहते हमें दैट इज सत्य जुग त्रेतया जुग ये सब कथा गुड़ाक आम कहते दैट इज वैदिक पीरियड वेद then Upanishadic period. After Vedic period, then we come to the Upanishadic period, then post-Vedic period. Orthodox views of knowledge. Here we can discuss about Nyaya school. In the 4th century BC, with the Nyaya Sutra by Gautama, according to this school, knowledge comes from perception, inference, comparison and verbal testimony. सेतेबेले तुमको गोटे प्रिंटेड टेस्टिमोनी केही दउनथिले जेतेबेले आमे वैदिक पीरियड रे थिले गुरुकुल को जो माने जाउथिले पाठ पढिबा पई गुरु तांको सब सर्टिफिकेट दउथिले कि बोर्ड सर्टिफिकेट यूनिवर्सिटी सर्टिफिकेट इशू करथिले
नो
नो सर
नो सर
किंतु भर्बाली तांको उपाधि दिया जाउथिला ये आम बेले मध्ये मु सुनिछि पिला बेले गायक सम्राट कौन तांको गोटा एड बड़ सर्टिफिकेट दउथला ना सो his knowledge his experienced proved himself or herself in the society that he was learned people before judiciary system during Vedic period न्याय निसाब गाँव रे अंचल रे लोक माने करुथिले एवं जो लोकटी न्याय प्रदान करिवारे सक्षम होउथिले ताकू विभिन्न गाँव लोक डाकुथिले न्याय निसाब हेले का भितर जे वाद विवाद कोन सेला ताकू डाकुथिले से न्याय दियंती बोली अर्थ कोन दिस इज verbal testimony that is known as verbal testimony जे से बने न्यायाधीश लोक आज हम सर्टिफिकेट दे की रिक्रूटमेंट करू ये जज दरमा दउचे से न्याय दउछन हमको तुम सेते बेले से नथिला so objects of learning are self body sense organs sense objects intellect mind and activity it is a system of atomistic pluralism and logical realism so logically विभिन्न कथा को लोक माने ग्रहण करुथिले ताकू कहया हतला न्याय स्कूल एटा 4th सेंचुरी बीसी समय रे ए न्याय सूत्र गौतम लिखिथिले गौतम आर राइटर होचंती गौतम न्याय सूत्र दैट वाज नोन एज न्याय स्कूल similarly another school of philosophy was the Vaishika philosophy. This is the oldest of the 6 orthodox schools. But Vaishika sutras by Kannad were written shortly before Gautam's Nyaya Sutra. The word Vaisha means particularity, and this philosophy emphasizes the significance of individuals. So it gives importance on the individual. Vyakti ko gurutva diyatla. It recognizes the objects of experience like substance, quality and activity, and 3 products: generality, particularity and combination. Like the Nyaya school, this school also acknowledges perception, inference, comparison and verbal testimony as valid source of knowledge. Say Gautam huntu ba এই বৈশিক ফিলোসফির রাইটার কে হুই দ্য অথর এবে কৌথিলি কন্নড় গৌতম হুঁতু বা কন্নড় হুঁতু both were believed in the same philosophy but they were somehow differently presented the theme in the society but they both believed on perception, inference, comparison, verbal testimony.
सर एटा बुद्धिस्ट फिलोसफी अंतर्गत की एटा बुद्धिस्ट फिलोसफी ओरिएंटेड की
नहीं बुद्धिस्ट नुहे बुद्धिस्ट के हम जीवा ए बुद्धिस्ट की जाइने तापर असला मीमांसा the word mimamsa literally means river thought and was originally applied to the interpretation of the Vedic rituals. ए मीमांसा रे Vedic rituals गुडा सब थिला जेमति कर्म कांड न्याय हमरो मैरिज सेरेमनी व्रत उपनयन जदी फंडियल सेरेमनी ए सब गुडा जो पालन करिवार जो विधि विधान कथा सब मीमांसा लेखा थिला एंड Jamini was written, Jamini had written this Mimamsa near about 4th century BC. And it was basically the rituals, the book of rituals, Vedic rituals. बुद्ध वैदिक जुगरे जो कर्म कांड सब थाए पूजा पार्वण्य वेद वेदांत एगुड़ा सब जो काम सही कथा गुड़ाक से एथरे मीमांसा लिखिथिले. Valid cognition must fulfill 4 conditions, like it must be arise from defective causes, it must be free from contradiction, it must be self-consistent and should not be set aside by subsequent knowledge, it is not apprehend an object which has not already been apprehended, it represents the object. A need for explanation is felt only when knowledge fails to be valid. ए मीमांसा कथा रे थाए जे तुमे जते बेले गोटे वैलिड कथाटा को ग्रहण करिवो थ्रू योर ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस दैट विल रिमेन फॉरएवर विद इन यू. किंतु एई समय रे गौतम कन्नड़ आउ जामिनी दे wrote the different characteristics of different path of the life of the human being in different ways, and that was all about Mimamsa. Another is Vaishika philosophy, another is Nyaya school of philosophy. ये सब वैदिक पीरियड रो, ये सब गुडा का वैदिक पीरियड रो. देन हेट्रो ये सला ऑर्थोडॉक्स फिलोसफी. ऑर्थोडॉक्स अर्थ कोन टिके जानच मते कहलो व्हाट इज ऑर्थोडॉक्स? जन के कह व्हाट इज ऑर्थोडॉक्स? हेलो
Old type, sir.
मनकर आमे कहबा casteism, believe on casteism, it is an example of orthodox. हो ना नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Religionism, believe on only religion, this is orthodox. किंतु आमे तले orthodox न होबा आमे सब कास्ट को एक्सेप्ट करिबा, सब रिलीजन को एक्सेप्ट करिबा हला. से भली नेक्स्ट आमे देखिबा हेट्रोडॉक्स स्कूल्स व्यूज ऑफ नॉलेज, जोटा के आमे कहूचे जैनिज्म बुद्धिज्म. एना मते पचारथलो कि जणे दैट इज जैनिज्म एंड बुद्धिज्म. Jainism and Buddhism are considered as heterodox schools of philosophy. They did not recognize the authority of Vedas as the orthodox system of philosophy. In orthodox philosophy, the principle was written in Veda that was followed strictly, but in Jainism and Buddhism, the principle or authority of Veda cannot be followed up. That is known as heterodox schools of philosophy. Jainism classifies knowledge into immediate and mediate. Immediate knowledge is further divided into avadhi, monopareya and kevala. Mediate knowledge into mati and sutra. Knowledge may again be divided into two kinds, pramana or knowledge and nyaya. नॉलेज को हम दीटा कथा कहउतिले, प्रमाण बा नॉलेज कहउतिले एवं न्याय बोली बंधे कहउतिले. न्याय न्याय मीन्स ए स्टैंड पॉइंट ऑफ थॉट फ्रॉम व्हिच वी मेक ए स्टेटमेंट अबाउट ए थिंग, दैट इज न्याय, दैट इज जस्टिस. इंग्रजी रे हम कहउचे जस्टिस. ऑल ट्रूथ इज रिलेटिव टू आवर स्टैंड पॉइंट. देयर आर 7 न्यायज ऑफ व्हिच फर्स्ट 4 आर कॉल्ड अर्थ न्याय, सेकंड बा लास्ट 3 आर नोन एज शब्द न्याय. जो न्याय को हमें 7 भाग विभक्त करिचे. फर्स्ट 7 न्याय, फर्स्ट 4 न्याय आर नोन एज अर्थ न्याय, सेकंड बा रेस्ट 3 शब्द न्याय. These are the different things about heterodox schools of philosophy. Then concept and knowledge, nature of knowledge, that is jnana yoga. Jnana yoga Jnana Yoga Sutra or Patanjali is the oldest textbook of yoga school. It has 4 parts. जोटा हमें पतंजलि योग समिति एवं विभिन्न आड़े काम कर जानूचे पतंजलि एटा दी ओल्डेस्ट योग ये जो रामदेव फामदेव ये नथिले प्रथम योग कथा किए कहिथिले पतंजलि रे पतंजलि योग कथा कहला लेखा थिला ज्ञान योग कथा योग सूत्र पतंजलि दिस इज रिटन बाय हुम पाणिनि वेरी गुड पाणिनि इट हैज 4 पार्ट्स First is nature and aim of samadhi. What a class is phone करबी सहिला. Second is means of attaining this end. Third is gives an account of the supernormal power that can be attained through the yoga practice. Fourth is set forth of nature of liberation. So प्रथम द्वितीय तृतीय और चतुर्थ Okay. So Jnana Yoga has 4 parts like first part, second part, third part and fourth part. And theory of knowledge that is known as Chitta. Chitta Bhumi means yoga propagates 5 levels of mental functions of Chitta Bhumi. Amara manasik स्तर रे जो function mental function को yoga control करी थाए से कथा होची that is known as Chitta Bhumi. That was Chitta Bhumi. This is all about unit 6. এইগুলা সব यूनिट 6 রে ଅଛି এই পোরশনটা টিকে পঢ়িবো মনে রাখিবো এই यूनिट 6 টা जो ଅଛି এটা ফিলোসফিক্যাল থটস গুডাক তাও টিকে তම ম্যাটেরিয়ালস जो रहिछि देखि दबो आ जदी तार सप्लीमेंट करिवो ता सहित टिके तमरो कांसेप्ट क्लियर पई बही फॉलो करबा को चाहिबो हमर ओडिया अथर बही गोटे अछि emerging Indian education in emerging Indian society note करनियो education in emerging Indian society लिखिल बीके नायक
Sir.
बीके नायक से बहिटी जदि रखिबो पाखरे
Sir,
रख
book name आउथरे कोनरो
education in emerging Indian society बीके नायक हम ओडिया अर्थर से
Sir, author name
education in emerging Indian society by बीके नायक हला
Yes, sir.
बहिटी हां
Okay, sir.
बहिटी प्राय देखिबो बड़ा बुक स्टोर रे मिलिबो एटा पाखर रख एटा प्राय 500 पाखा पाखी पेज पृष्ठा विशिष्ट बहिटी एटा एथरे प्राय सब गुडा तमे पाइ जबो फिलोसॉफी रो हमर जो रहिछि एजुकेशन तार मीनिंग ऑफ मोड आउ इंडियन ईस्टर्न थॉट्स सोशियोलॉजिकल फाउंडेशन ऑफ एजुकेशन करंट ट्रेंड्स एंड इश्यूज इन एजुकेशन ये सब गुडा तुम ये बहिटरू पाइ जिवो दिस इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट बुक जोड़िए बुक पाखरे सदाबले रख जदि इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड टू compete for OES examination Odisha education service so you have to keep these books this book and another book is psychology educational psychology तुम रखिबो जदि चौहान बही रखि परिबो हला जोटा तमे बुझिया को भल लागिबो से बही
Okay,
गोटे
sir.
कलेक्ट कर स्टैंडर्ड बही रखिबो बुक स्टोर पळेइबो जो लैंग्वेज तमे बुझी पारला भलिया सेही बहीटे रखिबो आ ए बीके नायक बहीटा को तमे देखिबो जदि सप्लीमेंट करिया को चाहिबो ए थ्योरी ए थॉट फॉट गुडा को ଟିକେ भलो रे देइछि बुझी पारिबो ठीक रे ए वेरी गुड बुक हम ओडिसा लोक ओडिया ऑथर बहीटे इंग्लिश लिखा अछि किंतु ओडिया ऑथर से so then we will discuss about unit 7. Unit 7 is about medieval, that is Islamic, Indian concept and nature of knowledge. A concept of knowledge okay So Quran is the fundamental and noblest knowledge. During medieval period, our country was ruled over by Islamic rulers. We know, we read the history from very primary level, in secondary level. जो साइंस पढ़ीच निश्चित प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी तुम पढ़ीच इतिहास, मिडिएवल पीरियड पढ़ीच, एंशिएंट पीरियड पढ़ीच, मॉडर्न इंडियन हिस्ट्री मध्य पढ़ीच. So during medieval period, the total territory of our country was ruled over by Islamic rulers. So Quran is the very important epic of Muslim people. So Quran is the fundamental and noblest knowledge during their time. Quran encourages and stimulates what? Muslims to explore this kind of knowledge by following rational and systematic process of observation, reflection, discovery. So everything, it may be observation, it may be reflection, it may be discovery. Everything can be done only with the principle of a Quran. यदि कोरान रे ताहा वर्णित हेइनी, कोरान परमिट करूनी, ताहले आमे सेटा को डे टू डे लाइफ रे लोक माने करिया पई सुजोग नथिला. Muslim philosophers like Aristotle divided knowledge in the human mind into conceptions, apprehension of an object with no judgment, and assent apprehension of an object with a judgment, latter being, according to them, a mental relation of correspondence between the concept and the object for which it stands. That means Aristotle was the Muslim philosopher. He belongs to Muslim community. He divided the knowledge in the human mind, kouthire na conceptions, out of apprehension of an object with no judgment. Tinta jinsa. One is conception. Second one is apprehension of an object with no judgment. Judgment न करके गोटे ऑब्जेक्ट को तमे चिंता करियो बा मत दबो. Another was apprehension of an object with a judgment. तमे जजमेंट करके गोटे ऑब्जेक्ट ऊपर मत दबो, जजमेंट न करके ऑब्जेक्ट ऊपर मत दबो. Another is conception. So in this way, Aristotle divided the knowledge of human mind into three. Source of or types of knowledge during this period, by medieval period. Source and types of knowledge means logic and knowledge. It divides universal expression into 5 types. One is genus. Genus refers to the common nature of all the species. जोटा आम जीन बोली कहूचे. जीन माने ह्यूमन जीन रो ह्यूमन बीइंग, birds मान to birds, different birds are there, different animals are there. Species refers to the common nature of all the individuals. Difference, property, common accident. These are the 5 types of logic and knowledge, which is the source of knowledge during Islamic period. Under types of knowledge, philosophical knowledge. Philosophical knowledge means man's interaction with an experience of the physical reality existing in the surrounding. आमे यदि एबे गोटे कथा कहिबा, आंब गछरे कदली फळिची, मैं ना कहली आंब गछरे कदली फळिची, तमे विश्वास करिवो?
No, sir.
काहे विश्वास करिवोनी?
No, sir.
काहे विश्वास करिवोनी? काहे की विश्वास करिवोनी?
सर एटा असंभव कथा.
Yes, असंभव कथा एथि पई जे जद when we listen something, we can experience ourselves. मु जदि कहली आंब गछरे कदली फळिची, मु जेतेबेले तुमको देखै परिबी, देखो दिस इज द मैंगो ट्री, देखो मैंगो ट्री रे बौल रे आंब फळिया कते कदली सब हेची, सेतेबेले यू कैन बिलीव. यस और नो?
यस
जदि मु
Yes, sir.
जदि-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes. If I am not able to show it, prove it, so you cannot believe. से कहला philosophical knowledge means man's interaction with and experience of the physical reality existing in the surrounding. Another is prophetic knowledge. Prophetic knowledge not based on apparent sensory experience, जोटा कि हमर एई निज रियल फिजिकल एक्सपीरियंस ऊपर एटा विश्वास करनी. It comes down to the mind of a prophet through direct revelation. हम देख एबे एबे पळै जाओ 20 वर्ष 30 वर्ष अतीत को बा 50 वर्ष बैक कर जाओ, बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस स्टेज को पळै जाओ. रूरल एरिया रे मैक्सिमम लोक विश्वास करुथिले कोथिरे? साप कामुड़िले पानी ढालुथिले.
झड़ा फुंका ଥିଲା
हाँ, वेरी गुड. झड़ा फुंका ऊपर विश्वास करुथिले. सही कथा कुआ गला जे प्रथमटा होची मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट. साप कामुड़ले मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट, कुकुर कामुड़ले मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट. दैट इज फिलोसॉफिकल नॉलेज. द्वितीयटा प्रोफेटिक नॉलेज. एटा झड़ा फुंका, प्रीस्ट, प्रोफेट, प्रीस्ट, पूजक से वेद पढ़ुछंती, ब्राह्मण लोक जहा कहले सेया सेथरे विश्वास कर. ए कथा. दैट वाज बिलीव ऑन गॉड. दिस नॉलेज में कॉल्ड as divine knowledge. Divine knowledge. तेणु सेथरे लोक बहुत मरि जाउथिले. Gradually people believed, oh, this is not right, this is wrong. एबे को साप कामले लोक इमीडिएट हॉस्पिटल नउछंती, लोकटी बंची जाउची. Okay, so this is all about philosophical knowledge and prophetic knowledge. बुझियाला what is philosophical and prophetic knowledge? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then come
Yes,
to
sir.
Yes, sir.
बुझियाला sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Theory of knowledge in Islam. Theory of knowledge in Islam, like 4 Islamic schools: Hanafic school, Shafi'a school, Malik school, Hanbali school. So Islamic schools are 4 types like this. से ना गुडा सब एबळे थिला. आमे जेमति हमर सब ए जो टोल सब सेतल नथिला. टोल हिंदू मानकर संस्कृत स्कूल सब थिला. टोल ता कोन को जाउथिला? प्रथम, मध्यमा, ए सब नथिला. सब सेमति
Sir थिला.
these are the schools of Islamic schools. ता ना गुडा ए सब थिला. Hanafi, Shafi'i, Malik, like this. Common features of Islamic knowledge were, these are the common features: domination by Islamic philosophy of knowledge. That means जो education system थिला, that was based on Islamic knowledge, means Quran. Islamic philosophy टा को दिया जाउथिला स्कूल माध्यम रे. Influence of Greek philosophers. सेथिरे ग्रीक फिलोसोफर मानकर इन्फ्लुएंस थिला. तांकर फिलोसॉफिकल थॉट एठी थिला. 2 basic sources of knowledge: Quran and the tradition of the prophet of Sunnah are there. 2 parts like practical and theoretical intellect lays more emphasis on knowledge. एगुडा सब व्यवस्था थिला से इस्लामिक फिलोसॉफी रे. Then socio cultural impact of Islamic knowledge on contemporary and present system of Indian education. The concept of knowledge in Islamic has the following key features. Those are: knowledge originates. ये जो इस्लामिक फिलोसॉफी रो ए की फीचर्स गुडा थिला कोन ना? knowledge originates and ends in the infinite reality of God, who is the absolute knower. अर्थात God was the real authority, and belief on God was the real duty of the pupil. So knowledge originates and ends with the reality of God. जदि तमे ईश्वर को विश्वास करू न, से कृष्ण को विश्वास करो बा अल्लाह को विश्वास करो बा यीशु को विश्वास करो, जो धर्म रो तमे ईश्वर को समर्पित हो विश्वास करो, then you can get knowledge and everything is possible with the belief of God. This was very important characteristic. Knowledge is an aspect of diversity, important acts of divine worship. So every pupil belongs to their religion, especially in Muslim Islamic religion, they divine the worship, they believed on worship. ତେଣୁ ସେ ଦିନକୁ କେତେ ଥର ପ୍ରେୟାର କରନ୍ତି? ଆରେ ଇସଲାମ ଲୋକମାନେ କେତେ ଥର ପ୍ରେୟାର କରନ୍ତି?
3 ଥର ସାର୍।
3 ଥର କରନ୍ତି ସାର୍। 3
ଆମେ କେତେ ଥର କରୁଛେ? ଆମେ ହିନ୍ଦୁ ମାନେ କେତେ ଥର କରୁଛେ? ଥରେ ବି କରୁନେ।
minimum 1 maximum
ସାର୍
2
ଦିଥର ସାର୍।
ମୋଟେ କରୁନେ, ତମେ
ଦିଥର
କରିଥାଇପାର ଦିଥର,
ତାହେଲେ ସାର୍
କିନ୍ତୁ
କରୁଛନ୍ତି
ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ବି
ସାର୍
କରୁନେ ଆମେ।
minimum 1 maximum 2
ହଉ ହେଲା,
ସକାଳୁ ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାବେଳେ
ଓକେ ଓକେ। ତା ଅର୍ଥ we
ଘରେ
should,
ମାମା କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
yes, yes, continuously explore, discover knowledge, conduct valuable researches in various science, enrich human civilization with their intellectual achievements, proper and sincere application of knowledge in one's personal and collective life, which forms the foundation of human excellence in Islam. The concept of knowledge is an integrated one, whether it is found in the Quran, Sunnah, in nature, history, or in the inner experience of man. The teachings found in the two fundamental sources of Quran and Sunnah. Quran and Sunnah, ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଡିଏ ଧର୍ମଗ୍ରନ୍ଥ, ତାର ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପଲ ଆଧାରରେ all the education system was running during medieval period, means Muslim period, Islamic period. So this is all about what? Medieval period, education during medieval period. तापरे कौन कौन आरी उपरे जदि कार किछि अछि कोन डिस्कशन कुह आलोचना करिवा। ओके, यूनिट
सर ये पूर्व
5,
स्लाइड
6, 7 तीनटा यूनिट हम कंप्लीट करले तो
सर सर आउथरे पूर्वटा आउथरे बुझी दन सर टिया।
कोटा कहला, कोटा कह
सर यार पूर्व स्लाइडटा।
पूर्व स्लाइड हाउ कहि दोछि। The concept of knowledge in Islam has the following key features. Very good. The concept of knowledge in Islam has the following key features. अर्थ एई जो इस्लामिक नॉलेज रो एई फीचर्स गुडा थिला मुख्य। These are the important features. Key features means important features. One is knowledge originates and ends. ज्ञानटा आरंभ हुए शेष हुए कोठी? With God. Because God is the absolute knower. सबुठु knowledgeous बा knowing fellow थिले God. So all the system of education was based on God. ईश्वरଙ୍କ आधार समस्त व्यवस्था शिक्षा करा जाइथिला। Number 1 is over. Number 2, knowledge is an aspect of diversity, important acts of divine worship. So एथिरे कोन थिला? आमे हिंदू धर्म रे मध्ये सेया थिला। सेतेबेले all the education system was based on divine worship. ईश्वर केमिति प्रार्थना करिबा, कर्मकांड केमिति करिबा, बाहागर केमिति करिबा, मंत्र उच्चारण करिबा, मृत्यु घर के मृत्यु कोन हमर फनरल सेरेमनी बो मृत्तिका घर ता केमिति करिबा, व्रत बनन केमिति करिबा, यदि पूजा पाठ करूचे, यज्ञ होम ए सब गुडा थिला इंपोर्टेंट डिवाइन वर्शिप. Third one was continuously explore, discover knowledge. ये जो डिवाइन रिलेटेड एक्सप्लोरेशन, डिस्कवर ऑफ नॉलेज, कंडक्ट ऑफ रिसर्च, ये सब काम थिला रिलेटेड टू डिवाइन गॉड. प्रॉपर एंड सिंसियर एप्लीकेशन ऑफ नॉलेज इज वन्स पर्सनल एंड कलेक्टिव लाइफ. जो नॉलेज ता हमें गेन करूथिले दैट वाज द प्रॉपर एप्लीकेशन. देयर वाज द प्रॉपर एप्लीकेशन. ताकू ठीक रूपे व्यवहार करिया पई चेष्टा करा जाउथिला. The concept of knowledge is an integrated one, whether it is found in the Quran and Sunnah. माने कोरान हो बा सुना हो जो थ्रू नॉलेज टा ब्रॉड करा जाइथिला अणा जाइथिला ताहाकर कांसेप्ट टाकू इंटीग्रेट करी करी व्यवहार करा जाउथिला सोसाइटी रे द टीचिंग्स फाउंड इन द टू फंडामेंटल सोर्सेस ऑफ कुरान एंड सुना जते सब जो टीचिंग लर्निंग रो व्यवस्था थिला मुस्लिम पीरियड रे बेस्ड ऑन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कुरान और सुना एक कथा ते एगुडा थिला प्रिंसिपल आ
सर
हां कुह
सर सोना
Yes.
सोना कोन ओडे होली बुक
yes
होली बुक ऑफ इस्लाम
yes तांकर मुसलमान दी प्रकार रो सिया सुना
सुन्नी सर सिया सुन्नी
सुनी 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 तांकर होली बुक थिला सुना
ना।
सिया मानकर कुरान आ
आज्ञा सर
सो बेसिकली आमे जेमिति हिंदू लोक माने आमे महाभारत पढुथिले रामायण पढुथिले विभिन्न प्रकार पुराना पुराण पढुथिले सब पुराण कोठु ना वेदरु आसीची वैदिक प्रिंसिपल से थ्रू आमे पढुथिले विभिन्न यज्ञ होम कर्म कांड पई आमे सब श्लोक ये सब करूथिले ठीक तांकर सही प्रिंसिपल को से अडॉप्ट करथिले बिकॉज़ during that time India was ruled over by the Islamic rulers. So as the rulers were the Islam, so their religious thoughts characteristics were the basic principle of the education system. This is the essence of this unit. आ सेते बेले नारी मानक शिक्षा को एते गुरुत्व दिया जानुथिला बुझिला नहीं नारी मानक शिक्षाटा मध्य गुरुत्व दिया नथिला वैदिक पीरियड नारी मानक शिक्षा थिला मॉडर्न पीरियड नारी मानक शिक्षा अछि से गोटा डिमेरिट थिला सेते बेले
सर थ्योरी और लॉ डिफरेंस टुडे कोइबे सर थ्योरी और लॉ
कहूछ ओके कहिथिली तमे जे सिंपल एग्जांपल जानिबो after experiment you come to the conclusion that is theory jete सब theory asichi after experiment Ivan B Pavlov dog hungry dog को ने experiment कले ना नहीं hungry dog को ने experiment कले Ivan B Pavlov तापर conclusion रे
Yes, sir.
पहुंचले कोठी